What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby Nave, and today it's time for another movie commentary. Today we are going to be watching From Dusk Till Gone? Maybe that's a sequel. Today we are going to be watching From Dusk Till Dawn, the action horror movie that came out in 1996. I also came out in 1996. So this movie is 26 years old. It is directed by Robert Rodriguez and stars Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney. Quentin Tarantino also apparently wrote the screenplay for this movie, so I'm hoping to see some unique and snappy dialogue. And George Clooney, I mean, everybody seems to love the guy. This kind of seems to be one of George Clooney's first actual films. From what I could tell, up until 1996, he did a lot of TV series and TV movies, but this seems to be one of the first movies that he was a part of. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be good. Love George Clooney, big fan of his tequila. Oh, I should have gotten some of his tequila to drink while I'm watching this. Well, I do not have any tequila, so we will sub for boxed wine. You know, we work with what we have, I guess. So just reading the little synopsis that they have on Google, I see that this movie has vampires in it, which will be very interesting for me to see, because anytime I think vampires now, obviously my mind instantly goes to the Twilight series. I literally was the demographic for the Twilight series, but by the looks of it, I don't think I'm going to be going into this with the thought that this is going to be a romance story with vampires who sparkle. They're probably going to take a more spooky approach to vampires, at least I would assume. And hope for, honestly. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and start watching this movie. You know, aside from his little blip in Pulp Fiction, I don't think I've actually seen Quentin Tarantino act in anything before. I need to do more research on Quentin Tarantino in general. Was he an actor before he was a writer-director, or is he kind of just always a writer-director before acting? Or did he just kind of have a knack for all three? Maybe I should make a deep dive video on certain directors. Let me know if that's something that you would ever want to see. If I did a video essay kind of deep diving in directors and their work and kind of their timeline of their creations.
What's the matter?
I guess you heard about that bank robbery. Took a lady bank teller hostage with him.
Yikes.
Supposed to be headed for the border.
Well,
I gotta drain my lizard.
I gotta drain my lizard? Is that what he just said? Oh wow, hello.
Fucking playing with you, asshole. I want him out of here, or you can change the name of this place to Benny's World of Blood. Were you giving that pig signals?
Oh?
He says you were scratching.
I wasn't scratching. And if I did scratch, it's not because I was signaling the cop. It's because I'm fucking scared shitless.
Wait a minute, why don't I just go back there, shoot him in the back of the head, and we can get the hell out of here?
Don't do that.
Gosh, just the shift in tension. That happened so quick.
How much you want for that hooch, Pete?
What the fuck is that about?
When they were talking, he mouthed the words, "Help us."
You fucking liar! Shut the hell up!
What the?
You stop it!
Oh, he's seeming very gun happy. He's reminding me of Tommy from Goodfellas.
I saw him mouth the words.
Did you? Did you actually see that? Oh my gosh, did Tarantino just get killed?
Richie! Yeah!
Oh, he's fine.
He shot me in the fucking hand! I told you he said help us! I never said help us!
I didn't see him do that. Did I miss it? Did Richie lie, or is he just mad paranoid?
Richie, shoot the bottles out from behind him!
Oh, now all that alcohol's gonna be on him. He's gonna throw that on fire toilet paper. This guy's gonna turn up in flames. Ay, 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 ay. What a terrible way to die, honestly. Oh, yeah. If only he had a bottle of his tequila. Oh my god, ew! Why do they have a hostage? I think the cop in the beginning was saying that they were holding a girl hostage, but why? Is Tarantino gonna end up killing her too when she doesn't actually do anything? He seems to feel like people are doing or saying things when they're really not.
Go to the border, check things out. I'm gonna call Carlos, trying to arrange some sort of a rendezvous. I don't know what yet.
Gosh, I feel like I forget about George Clooney a lot, but he really is a good actor. I was going to say he's underrated, but I don't think he's actually underrated. I think he was just off my radar.
You hang in there, you follow the rules, and you don't fuck with us, and you'll get out of this alive.
Do you ever really trust someone who's holding you hostage, though?
I'll be back in a minute.
Do we trust their word?
You wanna come over on the bed and watch TV with me?
What? Are you about to be weird? Don't do weird things.
Come on.
This seems like a trick. I don't like where this is going. This is so uncomfortable. Oh, there he is! Harvey Keitel. Well, I almost didn't recognize him with his, like, graying beard.
Daddy, don't you believe in God anymore?
Not enough to be a pastor. After Jenny's death, my faith is gone.
I feel like this is definitely a trope we've seen in movies before. Man loses lover and then loses faith in whatever he believed in before.
It was while at the courthouse that this man, his younger brother, Richard Gecko, a known armed robber and sex offender, pulled off a daring daylight escape.
A sex offender? Okay, now I really don't feel good about him making the girl sit next to him on the bed.
Shit, I was really worried.
Where's the girl? What'd you do with her?
Where's the woman?
What?
You mean what? The fucking hostage?
Yeah.
She's in there.
What the fuck is she doing in there?
What? What did you do? Did he kill her? Rape her and kill her?
Richard, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, Richard?
That woman tried to escape and I did what I had to do.
Yeah, the woman that was scared, literally shitless.
I am a professional fucking thief. I don't kill people that I don't have to, and I don't fucking rape women.
You literal freaking monster. Stealing is one thing, but when you're doing that shit to, like, innocent women, innocent anybody, like, my God, you sicko.
Hi.
God, he looks so creepy when he's playing this character.
What is this?
Oh my... You just punched Harvey Keitel.
What's your name? Jacob. Jacob, get up, get on the bed. If you make a wrong move, I will shoot you in the face. Brother and I were in a little hot water. I need your assistance.
Jeez.
Stop. All right, Richie, you take these keys, you start this big bastard up and drive it
Oh
up.
my gosh, he needs to fucking stop.
Richie, would you do me a favor and eat my pussy for me?
What?
Please.
Pardon me?
Richie, hey. Not when you get around to it. Now.
Okay, he's like Dahmer status. He's like a literal fucking predator, and it's making me really uncomfy.
You take your kids and you get in that motorhome, or I will execute all three of you right now.
He's intense. He needs a chill.
I can't get out of bed.
Oh, foot fetish. Tarantino is known to have a foot fetish.
Did you mean what you said back there, or were you just fooling around?
He's delusional.
What did I say?
You asked me if I would eat.
Richie, told you to watch those kids, not to talk to them.
We'll talk later.
She's like, okay, sure. He's freaking delusional.
All right, everybody, it's showtime. Richie, take Kate into the bathroom. Scott, get up here with your dad. Let's go.
How many with you? Just my son and I?
They're gonna search the van.
As long as you don't act like a fucking nut, we're gonna be just fine.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Oh my gosh. He's neurotic.
You called me a fucking nut.
We need to talk about this right now.
Boys, down.
What?
He is so chaotic.
that? Just my daughter in the bathroom. Open up, I'm coming aboard.
Yep, you made it suspicious.
What was the nuttiest thing I did, Seth? I'm curious. Tell me, what?
Oh my god, dude, shut up. You're gonna ruin it for yourself.
Was it possibly when your ass was rotting in jail and I broke it out? Was that the nuttiest thing? That was nutty, not to mention stupid.
Probably deserved it.
I'm in the bathroom.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Wow, that was pretty lucky. I guess it did get them to just shut it right away and not search further.
Oh, baby, we did it. We're in Mexico. We're fucking in Mexico, you little piece of fucking shit!
Titty twister. Oh, there we go. Open dusk till dawn. Wait, is it gonna be the strippers that are vampires?
Come on in, pussy lovers! Here at the Titty Twister, we're slashing pussy in half!
Do what now?
Alright, we got white pussy, black pussy, Spanish pussy.
Yellow pussy, we got hot pussy, cold pussy, we got wet pussy, we got smelly pussy, we got hairy pussy, bloody pussy.
Is that desirable? Is that what people come to see?
Hey, not so fast, Nick.
Step aside, asshole. This is my kind of place.
Good lord, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you guys any of this. Seeing so many pairs of boobs right now.
Whiskey.
I feel like this is the worst place to have someone like Richie at. Okay.
You can't come in here.
That's not how bars work.
This bar is for bikers and truckers only. Ande pendejo.
Take your hand off of me.
There's no reason to get ugly.
Yes, bring the peace. Keep the peace.
If you look outside your door in your parking lot, you'll see a
Find
big
an RV?
recreational vehicle. This bar is for truck drivers. I am a truck driver. These are my
He looks the furthest thing from a truck driver, but also look at him coming to bat for these crooks.
Slam it down, you knock the glass down on the table, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Me, anytime I do a shot.
Why are you so agitated? Before we stepped in here, you told all of us to be cool.
Never said do what I do, I said do what I say.
Okay, well that's just the biggest cop-out if I've ever seen one. Heard one.
Are you such a fucking loser? You can't tell when you've won.
What'd you call me?
He said the L word.
The entire state of Texas, along with the FBI, are looking for you. Did they find you? No, they couldn't. You've won. Enjoy it.
Yeah, so what the hell are you doing trying to cause more ruckus? You already won. Some people are addicted to the adrenaline of crime, I'm sure.
And now, for your viewing pleasure, kneel and worship at the feet of Santanico Pandemonium!
Ooh, Brittany! Why are you attracted to the one most terrible man in this entire movie? Foot fetish. Foot fetish. I, for one, do not have a foot fetish. I find feet kind of gross. He had her entire foot in his mouth. Man, didn't they say this was a horror movie? We are an hour in and I have not been spooked once.
This piece of shit here, man.
What's happening?
Broke my finger and my nose. Fuck off, Dookie Man.
God.
Right! Everybody be cool, or you'll be just as dead as these fucks!
She's a vamp. She's holding back. Grow your vamp teeth. Yep. Ooh! Why did they turn into something so ugly looking? She couldn't have just grown some fangs? Yikes. Honestly, bro, you're better off without him. He was causing some issues. All of them are vampires running this place? Was that a guitar made out of a torso?
Let's see if you taste as good as your brother.
Fuck you.
She popped up so fast.
Welcome to slavery.
Ew. Yeah, I don't know enough about, like, vampire lore outside of the Twilight series. How do you kill vampires? Oh, I don't even know why I'm feeling sad. I am so not sad. But I am afraid that he's going to turn into a vampire and jump scare, maybe?
I love you.
I love you too.
Ew. I didn't like that. Well, that's that. Sayonara.
What is that?
First I thought it was just birds.
Bats? Bats!
Bats.
Yep. Here we go. All sorts of vamps are gonna come in now. Ooh, he's hearing voices. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yep, it's happening, buddy. There's no stopping it.
No.
What? That was creepy! Oh, not Harvey Keitel, no! Oh gosh, is your face okay? I think you might have just broken your entire face. Oh no, now here come the bats. Ew, his mouth is so big and gross looking. Yikes, 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 yikes. Ew. Goodbye.
We have to go back for my father.
Your dad's dead, Kate.
Okay, well, you don't have to be so mean about it. Are you still alive right now? I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna change rather quickly, given that he's been bit, but good at the moment. Oh, he got a cross. There you go. Oh my gosh! I was just about to say, why are there so many of them? But then I realized a whole bunch of bats just flew in there. Stay back. Ooh, Ooh, it's like a double whammy. He has a cross for protection, but also a boom boom. Let him in, let him in, let him in. He's fine.
Open the door! Jacob, are you bit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking vampires!
I'd say in the next 20, 30 minutes, our friends outside will bust in this door. And I'll probably turn to a vampire within the hour.
Within the hour? Everybody else turned like within minutes.
I say let's tear this place apart for weapons.
Wow, what a bunch of peculiar items these truck drivers apparently had. Water rockets? Ooh, are they gonna hit him with, like, water balloons of holy water?
Loving God, bless this water. And give us your protection and strength in this our darkest hour. Amen.
Let's go, squad.
Okay, vampire killers.
Vampire killers,
Kill some
I like
fucking
that.
vampires.
Squad.
Kill them all!
Guess the water balloons work. Yikes! Ew! Ew! It looks like a giant naked mole rat. There you go. Yes, queen. Ew. Whatever his face just did, that was disgusting.
Dad?
Oh no, oh no, no! Oh God!
I swear to God in Jesus Christ's name.
Oh my God! Ew! Stop! Why is it light? Ooh, is it dawn? They can't go out in the light. Saved by the daylight. Wow, talk about just in the nick of time. Disco ball. This reminds me a lot of the live-action Scooby-Doo at the end.
What the fuck was going on in there? Since you just picked this place out of a hat, my brother is dead. That girl's entire fucking family is dead. Okay? Go to the RV, get the suitcase.
Poor girl.
So what do? Follow you?
Yeah.
What is she gonna do now?
I'm sorry.
You better be. It's because of you that her entire family is dead.
I'll see you.
Sarah, you need some company?
Yeah, they might as well join forces, I guess, since now they both don't have anything.
Go home, Kate.
Alright, well, I guess he will just leave.
From a white oak tree.
What the heck? That was on the other side of the bar? Alright. Wow. Goodness, that was an adventure. That movie went so many ways that I was genuinely not anticipating. I mean, I don't really know what I was anticipating, but it wasn't that. Despite it being kind of like an action horror or whatever, that was still a very, like, fun watch. But as always, I'm sure that I'm going to have plenty of more things to say after I finish editing this video, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it to my future self for final thoughts. Welcome back for final thoughts, everybody, and we're just gonna jump right into it. From Dusk Till Dawn was a very entertaining watch for me, and it had a pretty distinctive way of mixing the genres of like action and crime with like horror and gore. That's probably one of the most unique qualities about this movie, is that it's like literally broken into two halves. The first half being everything leading up to arriving at the titty twister, and then the second half being everything that occurred after they had already gotten there. The movie starts out feeling very much like a Tarantino crime drama, but then all of a sudden takes a left turn into like a gory creature feature. For how real and believable the first half of the movie was, the vampire plot comes seemingly out of nowhere, given that we go through the entire first half of the movie with no inclination or foreshadowing that vampires are going to be soon involved at all. From what I read, it seems like most critics tend to prefer the like first half, the heist half of the film, over the like creature part of the film, but I definitely think that is just kind of based on preferences. I mean, they're definitely mixing two very different types of cinema, so some people just might prefer crime cinema, and then others may prefer like the creature gory type of cinema. For me, I think I also enjoyed the first half of the movie more than the second half, but I mean, just look at my channel. How many crime movies have I covered? But I really did enjoy the creativity of this movie and kind of blending the two genres together, because by no means did I not like the second half of the movie. I just didn't like it as much as the first. Anywho, so the screenplay was written by Tarantino, of course, but it was actually based upon the idea and outline of effects and makeup expert Robert Kurtzman, who wanted to have a film that kind of focused and tailored around his art and craft. Tarantino definitely expanded the screenplay a lot, because I think the original idea really just kind of focused around the titty twister. But I mean, once again, Tarantino did not disappoint. He writes such like smart, engaging, and funny dialogue while intermixing some very like dark themes, and that is just something that's always kind of been pretty unique to him. He's just very good at that. But as for the directing, it was really intriguing to me to see just how much this film kind of gave me like Pulp Fiction vibes. At first I thought that meant that maybe Tarantino was involved in more of the directing than he was credited for, but after looking into Robert Rodriguez, it looks like the both of them really just kind of became good friends and share a similar love and style in cinema. I read that both of them seem to have a certain love for like the more controversial or like exploitation type films. But obviously a major part of this film is all of the effects that were utilized throughout it, both via makeup and via visual effects. K&B Special Makeup Effects were in charge of all of the like makeup and prosthetics used for the vampires, and these were the same people who eventually went on to work on shows like The Walking Dead, so I think you can say that they've probably excelled and enhanced their craft since then, which is really cool. Honestly, makeup is so impressive in the fact that you can literally just completely change somebody's face and make it so scary looking, yet it looks so real. It's actually pretty impressive, because when I looked this company up on IMDb, they were credited for tons of other movies and TV shows, including plenty of other projects that were directed by either Tarantino or Rodriguez, but there's also plenty of visual effects that were utilized in this film. I feel like I noticed the visual effects the most with that like morphing effect that they like to do a lot when either humans would turn into vampires or when like the vampires got killed and they like disintegrated. I don't want to say I was necessarily bothered by any of the visual effects, but some of them, you know, do look a little weird now to today's standards, but I do think it held up for its time. It's only in certain areas when I noticed them being kind of like noticeably dated. Now on to characters and actors, and let's start with Seth. It's pretty clear from the very beginning that Seth feels some sort of responsibility to take care of and protect his brother, and he seems to be constantly cleaning up his messes. He's willing to look past the like literal heinous things that Richie does, I'm assuming because he's family and he loves him, or he may also perhaps feel that he owes Richie given that Richie broke him out of prison. I don't know. Regardless, out of the two of them, Seth at least seems to have a little bit of a moral compass. There's certain lines that he doesn't cross that Richie does. He's a villain with a good side, if you will. However, Seth doesn't really seem to have any sort of redemption by the end of the movie. He doesn't seem to have necessarily become any sort of changed man given his experiences that happened to him. Typically in movies, there's like a hero or an anti-hero, and they kind of change over the course of the movie based upon the experiences that happened during the movie. And Seth seemingly just kind of returns back to the persona that he had at the beginning of the movie. You'd think that after almost getting eaten by vampires and then watching his brother die a very horrible, gruesome death, that would maybe cause him to take a different course of action. But no, he kind of just goes on and does what he was always going to do. I feel like if he would have either let Kate come with him, and then that would be kind of a more anti-hero thing, or if he were to go back to the States and like pay the price for his crimes and he became changed or whatever, that would be more of a hero situation. Those two outcomes I feel like would have attributed to like a redemption, but he does neither of those things. So as for Clooney himself, I actually watched the bloopers for this film and it kind of seemed like he may have struggled a little bit with the dialogue. He got like super tripped up in the very first scene particularly. I mean, regardless, he pulled it all together and ended up delivering a like awesome performance. He definitely proved that he can break away and do something drastically different from the other roles he had up until this point, like ER. Plus, I just really liked him for this role because I think Clooney himself just has a lot of like charisma and charm that was very necessary and likable for this character. I mean, he really brought Seth to life and got me to the point where I was like sympathizing with him. As for Richie, I kind of saw him as just being the like literal embodiment of the worst parts of humanity. He's a monster potentially worse than the vampires, honestly. I mean, he clearly suffers from some sort of mental illness. His reality doesn't seem to always be in sync with everybody else's reality. But aside from being the problematic one, Richie does seem to be very loyal to his brother and just kind of follow his lead most of the time. And I really liked Tarantino's performance in this film. He made me so freakishly uncomfortable as Richie, and I mean, I think that was the point, but I just found him to be very believable. It was kind of cool seeing him play a little bit more of a subdued character. Like, he really doesn't talk that much. And as I was researching for this, I came across a lot of people who said they weren't impressed with Tarantino's performance in this film, which, like, yes, I agree that his excellence probably lies with his writing, but I thought he did a really good job acting as well. Speaking of writing though, I still have such mad respect for Tarantino and his ability to put the audience way out of their norm and way out of their comfort zone. He's not afraid to go there. As for the other actors, Harvey Keitel and Juliette Lewis, I also thought they gave really good performances. The guy who played Scott, he just didn't have much of a presence on screen. He quickly got drowned out by all the other talent that was involved in this film. Something I noticed about this movie though is that it seems like by the end of it, it really was like all of the innocent characters that got the short end of the stick here. Like, the most undeserving characters were the ones who suffered the most by the end of the film. And not even just like our main cast, but like the cashier, the Texas Ranger, and the hostage from the beginning of the movie, they all suffered greatly for seemingly no reason. I don't know, there's a little part of me that feels like it's so unfair that Jacob and Scott died such a cruel death, yet Seth is still, you know, walking free and gets to go on living his life. If anything, you would think karma would come back and get both Gecko brothers, but that wasn't the case in this film. I am very curious to see what Kate ended up doing though. Seth threw her a giant chunk of money and we just see her drive away. I want to know what happens to Kate. What does she do with her life now? I mean, I know that there's sequels to this movie, but I'm kind of assuming that she doesn't return for them. My guess for the sequels is that the titty twister opens back up, new characters are brought in to be eaten by vampires, and everybody still doesn't notice that this bar is apparently built upon an ancient Aztec temple, which that part had me a little shook. I don't entirely know what that is supposed to mean, but if you do, definitely let me know in the comments below. And that's actually all I got for this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to my past self to finish out this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, definitely give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out and supports my channel. If you would like to hang out with me in between uploads, make sure you check the description bar. I've listed all my social media there. You can go give me a follow if you want. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you the next time I upload a new video.